Hey everybody, it's your old pal Chuck, and I'm back with another review. And today we're taking a look at, from the Transformers Studio series, this is Rise of the Beast Nightbird. And I have to say, after Mirage, Nightbird was a little refreshing. While I could say that this is a little bit better than Mirage, it's nowhere near a great Studio Series Deluxe. I'd say it's good, and if you're wondering how it compares to the main line figure, I would actually say it's a lateral movement, as it shares much of the same transformation, and somehow the bulk was shifted from the front to the rear. Now, I got this figure off of Amazon.com, where I'm pretty sure it's available now, and as of this recording, which I believe is Sunday the 19th, the week of Thanksgiving, Amazon is having a buy two, get one free sale. And Nightbird is one of the figures available. So I'll tell you right now, if you can get it on a deal like that, it might be worth it. But if you were just going to buy it outright, maybe have some gift cards to take the edge off or wait for a proper sale. We're starting in vehicle mode, which is, I believe, a Nissan G, GTZ or um, or Nissan Z, but it's like the sports design because it has the bar here in the back. This is a sort of the car design that's a spiritual successor to the Datsuns, because the Datsuns were eventually uh, became the Fair Lady Zs of Nissan, and they've gone on from that. But I mean, there's a obviously very different design choices. Much like Mirage, there is proper weapon storage, which I do appreciate. I will say I am disappointed that you don't get the weapons that you did with the mainline release, even though the box art features the claw. That's not included. I love how that all integrated into this rear spoiler, and it gave the figure a little bit more fun. And also, since you're shown with two swords, there's only one here, even though you could have had a second one down the side here. But that's a bit for the that's an issue for another time. I do appreciate the metallic pink on the wheels. That makes them pop a little. I do appreciate the metallic finish on like the creamish bronze around the edging. I think that comes out a little bit better than on the mainline release. Other than that, the car rolls very nicely. And like I said at the beginning, the transformation is a little bit more enjoyable than what you got with Mirage. So I think we'll just hop right into that. First thing you want to do is remove the sword here. And it's a nice sword. Um, that faux ninja katana with a modern design. If you remember, if you've ever gotten, let's see, I'm going to throw this out here. Let's see who catches it. The Bud K catalog. They would sell the Samurai 2000 or Samurai 3000 katana. This kind of reminds me of that. Um, would have been nice for a little paint detail or something on it, but it is what it is. So once you remove that, come up on the back here and pop up this rear section. When going into vehicle mode, make sure that the this section here tucks up underneath behind the front skirting, and just go ahead and fold this up. We'll get into that more in a bit. Um, Next, what you want to do is, and this is where things with the instructions get a little iffy. Um, you want to unpeg the wheel well uh, from the door here. Not that it's actually not that hard. Just pops it folds in and then tucks underneath. So, actually like that, and that will help unpeg it. But I can, oh, it unpegs from this side. But you know what? It's good that we did that anyway. So it untakes from the front here. I'm sorry, guys. And it double hinges down. When going to vehicle mode, if you have a hard time getting it to fold out, you want to make sure that this front hinge folds out straight and then fold that up flush. Just bring those down like so. And then that will allow you to bring the legs down like this and just go ahead and straighten them out. Now, the instructions show you folding up the feet like that. You really end up folding them out when you're done, like as you're folding it up to collapse it into the windshield. So you can just do that all at once. Um, Go ahead and rotate the legs at right above the knee, flip out what will be the feet, or I should say, well, again, the foot, and then flip out the toes here. And there's you got the legs. And now these side panels do push in and kind of lock into place. They do still, they do, and they do sit firmly like so. Now on the box, they do show it kind of angled, so it's really up to you. I mean, actually, I haven't tried this, so I'll try this for you guys now. Uh, I mean, if they do just angle back like that, so it's really up to you how you want them locked in. Obviously, I think maybe for different poses, you might want to move them around. Your toy, your choice. Bring the arms forward like this, swing them out, and then what you're going to do is come up to the top here, lift up this section, and you'll just bring that back. Go ahead and just fold that down now. We'll get to that more in a second. Take the other two sides of the bumper, push it in, and then bring this whole section down, and the chest will uh, make sure you get it. Oh, make sure you get it in all the way, and that will. Yeah, you want to make sure you want to. It'll form like a tab section that will sort of snap into place, just like that. Okay. Then bring the arms down like so. Bring up the shoulder pads a little, and now this backpack. Now, when you get it out of the packaging, this is really what it looks like. Want to make sure this is folded up, rotate it around, and now something not shown in the instructions, go ahead, flip this section back a little. There's tabs here that are going to peg into the back of the neck and shoulders, and then you're going to bring up this section that will fold up, um, and you want to do it. There's a tab here, slot right there, so that's going to uh, sit like that, and you just straighten out that panel, so it'll sit like that. Spread open these wings, not entirely fancy, but there you go. Um, this does work. I mean, it is nice that this panel can flip up, or else this would be sitting down all the way. But it does flip up like that, and just press it all down. I'll be honest, I am kind of flying a little blind since the instructions aren't as clear, but I do think that the backpack compresses as nicely as it can, and it holds fairly well in place. Now the figure does stand, and that's about it for the transformation. For weapon storage, you do have the um, tab here on the side that will go into the slot of the sword. So that will be on either side. Also, here on the back, you do have a tab that can slot in just like that. So you have some options. But just keep in mind if you start pegging stuff into the back, there's a good chance you'll uh, knock the sword out. I'm sorry, not on start on pegging stuff. Obviously, the sword can't be held. And like I said, if you remember the mainline figure, the leg transformation is very familiar, although I think it's a bit more refined here. And you do have the ankle pivot thanks to that transformation joint. So deep knee bends. And I just unpopped the backpack there. So, again, from the transformation. So you do have that. And is there a waist swivel? No, there is no waist, unfortunately. Oh, wait, yes, there is. Very slight. Unfortunately, due to the backpack, it is limited. Other than that, universal joint here at the shoulder, swivel at the bicep. No wrist articulation, which I think is kind of sad since this is a sword using character. It could have some of that going on. But all in all, a much more enjoyable transformation than Mirage. I'll give you a close up here at the head. Um, just like that. Um, it's nice to have a Nightbird that's its own mold, not a retool of RC, even though it's really not meant to evoke the Generation 1 character that much. Obviously, having the ninja sword and stuff like that gives you that homage there. And I like how you do have the pink, that metallic pink in a robot mode, just to break up the shades of gray and gunmetal. So, um, I guess that's about it. We will pause and come back with our final thoughts. Okay, I'm not going to lie and say Nightbird is a great figure, but as I said at the beginning, it's a good figure. There are some things I think are missing, like the forearm claws and maybe a second sword, all stuff that was shown on the front of the packaging. Unlike Mirage, I don't feel we ever really need to get a second version of Nightbird. I think its toys between the mainline and studio series are enough to properly represent the character as well as it's going to get. And as I mentioned, there was that shift in bulk. I remember the mainline toy having a much thicker front and less of a backpack, whereas this figure has more of a backpack. So there is that. Like I said, if you can get this figure now as part of the buy two get one free deal, that's kind of good. If you can get it with gift cards or some sort of sale, I think it's a little bit better. The $25 price point really seems to be a little high to me, especially when we're dealing with yet again another Studio Series figure that's a little bit on the small side. Um, and just, I don't see the price to parts or price to movement ratio. Um, Also, I don't know how many fans of Nightbird there were from Rise of the Beasts. But all in all, compared to Mirage, this is a much better figure, which is kind of funny because in terms of the mainline releases, I would say mainline Mirage is much better than that release of Nightbird. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. While I will always appreciate the views, the likes, comments, and subscriptions help to communicate to YouTube through the algorithms that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. If you want to make the ultimate sign of support, I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year, no thrills, no tears, no special rewards. All you're doing is helping me help you to help me help you bring figures like Nightbird to you, as well as keeping up the infrastructure of the channel. But as I always say, If you can't swing the dollar a month or $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. As we enter into the holiday season, I know your time is going to be crushed because my time's going to be crushed too. So, any time away that you can spare to watch what I'll be doing, I'll be obviously be doing my daily Advent vlogs as we go through my family's Advent calendar. Uh, Maybe some other stuff here and there. We'll have an eye out on trying to get some fun stuff for the holidays. Some cool stuff coming in. But yeah, definitely check all of that out, and hopefully I can give you a little enjoy respite from the hectic feelings of the holidays. That's about it. This is your old pal Chuck for Studio Series Nightbird. We will see you next time.